I'm Jerry King. I've been cooking barbecue for something like 25 years. Started a long time ago before the classes were available, before the internet had anything to do with barbecue, so I'd have to drive 500 miles to get a lesson to learn that I couldn't cook. But now, you know, I've been successful enough. I've been to the Jack 6 or 7 times. I've been to the American Oil Invitational probably, I don't know, 10, 12 times. I forget how many times I've been. I never thought it was important, so I didn't keep a record of it. But as times went on, cooking has been a great hobby for me. It's more than a hobby, I guess it's really a passion. And what I do is just cook now, occasional events. I still do some competition. I don't do it as hard as I used to. I don't travel as much, but I still love to cook, and we cook at home. So we decided to make this video for you, hoping that some of you will take something from it, use it in your backyard, cook your favorite foods. Maybe some of what we're going to cook you today will become some of your favorite foods, and you will love using the backyard barbecue equipment. Right now we're going to start with spare ribs, and I'm fixing to prep these 2 slabs of ribs, and we will cook them later today. It's one of the items. We're going to have a real varied menu for you today. Hopefully some of them will become your favorite food. So here we go. Of course, the first thing we just got to get them out of the pack. I need just a second here. I need to get a pair of gloves. Oh, I forgot that. Here we go. We'll get these things out of the package. Throw that away. Beautiful slab of ribs. Ooh. Everybody has their own way of taking the membrane off the back. You see some people sticking a knife under it. You do this, you do that. I found out if you can just get it pulled up a little bit, get you a paper towel, it'll normally come right off. That's we got most of it. There we go. I normally I normally trim mine just a little bit more than what they come. These are already St. Louis cut. I like them cut back just a little more.
What do you do with rib tips?
We used to save those, put them in different kind of dishes. Finally, we gave them away. Finally got to where we couldn't even find anybody that wanted them, so we just throw them away now. I'm doing these really, it's an old habit I'm into. Like I'm fixing to do a competition, it's really to eat, so I probably should have cooked all that. But we'll do a couple slabs today. Hopefully they'll come out the same. This one's got pretty thick on the end there. I need to move that over here. I will in a minute. So when it's like that, they'll let it a little thinner down there. I normally, this just to make it cook closer to the same. Okay.
You sharpen your knives?
Yes, sir, I'll show them my own. I'm kind of hard on knives. To me, they're a tool to use. I do have some really good knives, but I normally don't use them for this. So there's any big goblet of fat, I try to take it off. The rest of it will cook out. They get really short down here on the end anyway. Make them about the same as the other ones. Sometimes these membranes can really be a problem if in the process they run a knife across that a couple of times. Then you have one that's not going to come off real well. You'll have a lot of problems. You just work with them till you get it. Every bit of it doesn't have to be off to enjoy them at home. Competition, we need it all off. What I do when I have goblet fat there, I normally just take a spoon and pull it off. Eating it at home, you still don't like to get a big amount of goblet fat. So that's the way okay. Now then, let me grab some spices. That's always a deal where you need to pick your own seasoning. You can go to whatever you want to do. I use 2 or 3 different dry rubs on ribs. This is a taste preference. Whoa, that don't have a sprinkler in it. Hang on a minute. Not a problem. Got another bottle. Well, that was nearly empty too. I bet I got more. Well, there we go. That's how I like to put it on. These ribs are going to be kind of a sweet rib. Some of these ribs are a little sweet. Just get a good, don't have to be real heavy. You're going to use 3, so if you're not careful, you can oversalt ribs. So that's something you have to be careful about. This is a kind of a sweet rub right here. Okay, we'll let them settle a while. Okay, now we're going to put the spare ribs on the fire. Season another meat and then we'll go cooking. Several of them on I personally like to use a rib rack, and I like to put my ribs in with the big end up. It's my idea. a lot of juice will run down to the part that you're really going to eat and enjoy. So we're ready to set these little jewels. That'll probably blow away, but we'll let it. Okay.
What's your pit setup? What do you think you're going to cook these up?
We're going to cook these. It's going to be running. They'll run up to about 300 degrees. They'll drop back down, and we're going to probably cook them in the 260, 270 range. And then we're going to put some beef ribs on there with them. We'll scatter them around those ribs, and they'll take probably the same amount of time to cook as the spare ribs will. And that's primarily it right there for those. They'll just sit there until they're done. See how they're coming along? Okay, man. Oh, that's great. They're doing good. They're pulled back good. Those ribs, they're going to cook probably faster than we thought, but they're going to be excellent. We just like a little more cooking. What we'll do here is just cut one off.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
They're done.
Yeah, I believe they are. Good looking rib. Good looking rib.
Okay.
Juicy. It's gonna be good. We'll like that. I think that we'll take them off now, won't you? She got a piece of foil out there, so bring it over. We'll lay these on there. We'll take this rib rack off, and I don't know if we need any more fire there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, a little. We'll let them set off till we get the fire like we want to. And we're going to put a light coat of sauce on them, and then we're going to burn the sauce down a little with a little bit of smoke on them. Yep. I'd like to move that a little bit where it wasn't in the... Can we move that?
No, it's fine.
Off, okay. And what we do is we don't... Yeah, man. Yeah, we only put one coat of sauce on. What we like to do is do the backside first. Then when we turn them over, we don't turn them anymore. They're there. All the wild animals like me too. The sauce and everything I smear over the driveway, they'll come eat it. Like it too thick on there, but we'll.
What you got in the pan? Head country?
Yes, sir. Head country sauce. There's nothing else in it. That's just straight head country. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let them smoke, and we'll let them sit there and let smoke for a few minutes. And then when the sauce dries, when we get the sauce dried, get a little smoke flavor in the sauce, then we'll pull them off and they're done.
And right.
Okay. Looky here, looky here. That sauce is dried up very nicely. We're going to pull them things off. Put them in. I love the looks of those ribs. Ooh, look at that. That is beautiful. All right. Don't get a movie. That's our spare rib shot for the plates. We just garnish with whatever we have in the kitchen. So we think it makes a good looking plate. The ribs come out wonderful. So you can try any of this. I think a lot of this stuff you'd really like if you tried it. Okay, while we were outside looking at the grills, changing the meat around, the ladies were in here and I made us some special pepper poppers, which is nothing but split jalapenos stuffed with cream cheese, wrapped in bacon. They make a wonderful appetizer. We're going to put them on, and it won't take them that long to cook, maybe an hour and a half or so, and we'll have a wonderful appetizer. That's what they're for. So with that, we'll take them out and put them on.
All right, we're going.
Okay, what we're going to do now is put those pepper poppers on that they made for us. See, the butter's melting, and all we're going to do is just take these and scatter them out on the grill here. Let them cook up. A lot of the food we're doing will have a southwestern flair to it. I think that's where these originally originated, but they're very good. You know, if you like jalapenos, and all of them aren't hot. You may get a hot one because you really can't tell how hot the jalapeno is. But we try to take the stems out, the veins out, the seeds out. They're not as hot if you do them that way. Okay, we're set for a while on this one now. The butter's melting, it'll go down. We'll start turning those wings down with wildkey, but right now we want them like that to get this. You can tell with some smoke hitting some of them. So we're in good shape here now. All we got to do is let it cook a while. The poppers, they're looking good. We're cooking them. They're going to appetizer plate with the hot wings. It won't take the hot wings too much longer to finish. We'll have these. We'll make an appetizer plate, and these make really good appetizers, both of them. You know, you can put these on early, get them off, have them sitting around for people just to snack on. That's what we do with them. You might find something else to do with them, but that's what we like to do with them, and they're actually good eating. So the plate, maybe the pepper poppers, or hot wings. We just have a little Durkee's things in here that you can eat. It's also if somebody doesn't like the peppers, hot wings, you have some grilled pineapple, and you just have some grilled asparagus. And that will make a good appetizer tray. Beef fajitas, southwestern fare. More or less. They're really good. It's made from the inside skirt steak, beef. They're a very good dish, very popular dish here in the Southwest. That looks like one big skirt. No, there it is. That's sometimes they need a little bit of trimming, not much. Just trim off some of the fat, silver. Now that'll cook delicious right there. This one. Do this. It's this is a very popular dish. You can so many different ways you can eat it. You can plate it and steam it out of a plate. Most people take flour tortillas, roll them up with avocado, sour cream, whatever you want to eat with it. The main deal in cooking them is just to get some smoke on them, and then we'll cut them up some after they've smoked and started cooking to what we want them, the strips that we want to cut into the fajita meat later, and then we'll wrap them in foil with, when we wrap them, I guess we'll have a couple different kinds of bell peppers and onions and the things that go with it in it. We'll cook all that together. And Mark has some Spanish friends in Midland. They just love his fajitas. They say he cooks the best fajitas. I taught him how to cook fajitas. Mine wasn't this good. Then he's taken them and just taken them to a new level, really. We always use the colored vegetables and but they just come out delicious.
What are you putting on them now?
This is a fajita seasoning that we've found, and this is the only thing we use on them, one seasoning. Not very many meats I cook that one seasoning will, I think, do it. But this is you can find all, you know, you tasted the seasonings, it's just like anything. They'll have a little different flavor. It never cooks out exactly like it tastes out of the bottle. That's just a way of life. But what you do is cook them. If you don't particularly like the way it is, try a different one next time. But that's all the seasoning they're going to get, except they will cook in foil. We'll smoke them like this, get the smoke. And we'll bring them back in, and we'll probably cut them. If we cut them up the way we're going to serve them, it's real easy to see which way the grain runs. And we'll cut it however long we want the pieces of meat to be, and then when we slice them, we'll just slice them across the grain. They're a simple, easy thing to do, but they're very delicious. And that one seasoning takes care of all of it. So here's the fajitas that we seasoned up a little while ago. They've been sitting for a little while, and now we're going to put these on. We need a little smoke, a little heat on them. And what we're going to do, we'll roll the ribs, and the fajitas just cook away, and we got the kind of smoke we want. We'll just let them sit down and cook for a while, and we'll turn the ribs, get them good and brown like we want them. And the fajitas, we'll get the smoke we want. Then we'll slice it up and make some vegetables with it. And that's when we'll put them in the foil pouch and put them back. And folks, those are going to make some good heating fajitas.
You're on.
Okay, now we're going to cut the fajitas up, put them with the peppered vegetables that we're going to do. And all we do is just take and cut these into strips. Then we got to cut them across grain where they'll be tender. So what we do is this, and then this is the way we're going to do this. You just cut them into the size you'd like to have. It's not critical, because they're tender anyway. And what we do is we just throw it in there. We're going to make a foil pouch. And what we will do is throw the meat in, we'll pour some vegetables in, we'll seal it up, take it outside and throw it on the pit. And then it's just a matter of time. You have to wait. There we go. Got like good smoke in that. Those are going to be a lot of different ways to serve them. A lot of people just like to take flour tortillas, put some sour cream, avocado, something, with a little salsa. But what we do, we fix it where you can just eat it with a fork, or you can serve it. And then we do this right here. Those peppers give it a beautiful appearance, and it gives it a beautiful flavor.
Do you use sweet onions or?
Yeah, the Texas 1015s
Okay.
is what we're using. And the only one I know might be better would be a Vidalia. We don't have any here. I don't know if it's onion season in Georgia yet or not. And right there is the way we cook them, folks. You just wrap it up in foil. The thing that's easy about them is that little bit of smoking. Now we throw this on the grill, wait till they're done, which is probably going to be an hour and a half, something like that.
All right.
Okay, we're going to take our fajitas off because we think they're to the point where we want them. We've been looking at them a time or two, but now, oh man, look at here. Look at here, look at that. That is delicious looking. Man!
Are you hungry?
I guess I must be, because these are the prettiest steel fajitas I've seen in a while. Okay. Take them in. We'll plate them in a few minutes. Let's do the ribs now. And here's our fajita plate. we just garnish it with some onion, avocado, tomatoes, and put it on there. The fajitas, I think they'll speak for themselves. They have some bell peppers and onions and stuff in them too. But that's our fajita plate. I think if you'll try this, you'll like it. These are some chuck short ribs that we're going to do. We normally do the big thick ribs, but it takes a long time to cook beef ribs. So we decided, you know, for this we would do the little smaller ones. They should be fine. It takes them a long time to cook. It'll take them as long as it does the spare ribs. So we will do that. We'll get these seasoned. Let me grab some seasoning right here. Steak seasoning that, you know, you can pick up anywhere. You can pick up one you like. The other one is a garlic pepper, a double garlic pepper. Strong. Makes a beautiful beef rib. This is one of our favorite dishes, and the reason we chose to do some ribs today, a lot of people have a little trouble with beef ribs, so we decided that we would cook them just to show y'all how we do it, except we normally have a little bigger rib than this, and what that adds is time, because it takes a long time to get beef ribs tender. So, and that's all we put on. And then we put them in, smoke them. We'll put them in the smoker in a little bit. On the beef ribs, we're going to put them on with the spare ribs.
Alrighty.
So if you'll pull the lid up for us, Mark, we're just going to set these around on the meat rack, let them pick up the smoke. Cook all that stuff together here. Should take about the same amount of time.
We'll have to wrap these eventually.
Yeah, we'll wrap them when the beef ribs we'll wrap in foil after they smoke, start cooking good. Spare ribs will be cooked all the way through like they are.
Okay, you're on.
Okay, here we're going to take the beef ribs off, have a look at them. They're about done. The ribs are looking good. They're about done. We're getting close to having a lot of meat done here, folks. All right, we'll check these, see what we have. Oh yeah, the bone even cooked out of, yeah, look at there now. That's going to be delicious. That's beef ribs. Those things will be so tender you can cut them with a fork. They will be good. You will love them.
What temp do you like to pull them?
Sir?
What temperature should they be when you pull them off?
We don't do them at temperature. We just do them till the bones, till they're tender. You stick something in them and they'll pull out where you know that they'll, that's probably something that's real hard to tell what the temperature is.
Okay.
Here's our beef ribs. Some of the mixed vegetables that we put together, cooked in the butter. We have a little bit of salad with them. And we have the beef rib. We cook smaller ribs this time, but they come out good. They're another entree that I think anybody that fixed these would like them. We always use this when we plate up some of the meats just for. We love this stuff anyway. Ooh, there we go. Mark likes them. I'm not really fond of them.
Whoops.
You lose one? Yeah, well.
We're going to lose another one, too.
Yeah. Oh, maybe you're right. Okay, get them on there and then. This is good. Do you like smoked pineapple?
Yeah.
Grill marks and all that after you've been cooking this. I think it's delicious. My sister got me into doing that. She'd say it with tri-tip, prime rib. She loves it herself.
They make good pina coladas too.
Yeah, they do. They do that also. But that's that. We'll watch them a little bit, turn them over, get them browned up a little bit, and we'll take them up. And then when we plate the meat up, we'll use some of this, not all of it, but we'll use some on the plates just to make them look better. And besides, it's good eating green meat.
And we're
This we're going to use in plating up the meat dishes, so it's ready to come off, so we'll get it off. I just use gloves to do this. Well, that don't work real well, does it? Picking them up with
pull that off.
Yeah, I could. I'll just grab it there. Come on. There we go. Got it there. We'll wrap it up in foil, carry it in the plate. Maybe the pepper poppers or hot wings. We just have a little decorative things in here that you can eat. It's also if somebody doesn't like the peppers, hot wings, you have some grilled pineapple and you just have some grilled asparagus. And that would make a good appetizer tray.
And roll.
Now we're going to do a pork tenderloin for you. Very, very tender, nice piece of meat. We'll get them out of the package here. We'll throw the package away. Looks like this one might need just a little bit of trimming on it. They're normally pretty good the way they come out. You take some of the silver off, and that'll come off easy. Don't take long to cook these, but what we like for them to do, set for a little while with the seasoning on them, marinate in a dry rub. Helps the flavor. Okay, I believe that'll work. These are a pretty delicate piece of meat. These things will, you really have to watch them when you're cooking these. They'll overcook in no time at all. And you see it's not a big piece of meat, and we only take them up to like 130, 35 degrees. 130, and they're going to come out medium rare, but no blood. You know, they'll be pink, nice, beautiful color, with a little bit of crust on them if things work out properly. Okay. We'll just use this foil right here. We'll season them on it and wrap them. And these are going to really be, this one will cook a lot quicker than that one. So we got a deal there that we've got to watch. And let's see. Give me that rib rub. It's in the red. And I think maybe some head comes in one of them bottles too. This is another rub I make.
What are some of the things in it?
Some of the ingredients in it, salt, onion. This one's got quite a varied bit of stuff in it. It's got a little bit of dry mustard in it, which not a lot of barbecue rubs have. But it's got some cumin in it. garlic, salt, pepper. It's got some ground black pepper in it. It's and sugar. It's a sweet rub. It's been pretty good to me through the years. I don't market it. You can find it as a sweet rub at some of your places you buy your spices. It'll work just as good as this probably. This just happens to be one that we like. And it don't have any, well, this one don't have any salt in it. If I said salt, I'm sorry. That's why you can use a little more of it without worrying about over salt and stuff.
Behind you on the counter.
Okay.
There's one further down.
We're going to let this set a while. It don't take them too long to cook. They need to set and sweat in the dry rubs, which will make the rub penetrate better. We'll get the flavor we want. Although we're prepping it right now, where it can have time to set and do what we want it to do. Okay. Now, we'll let that set till we're ready to put it on, which will be a little while. We'll do a little cleanup here, and then we'll take some meat out and start putting it on the grills. Juiced up very nicely. Boy, they look pretty. So we hope we've got our country ribs done. They're off. It won't take this too long to cook. We'll just lay them right here. We'll probably have to rotate them because the fire's a little hotter next to that foil there where the fajitas are. Oh man, them look good, don't they? And there they are, and then we want to kind of get them brown, roll them around, get them cooked. And we're only going to cook them up to like about 130 degrees or so, and then we'll pull them off and wrap them and let them settle a little while, settle down. So that's got those. Check our pork loins. See how we're coming along there. Let me get the thermometer real quick. Let's see. Yeah, we need to get them off. Sitting on 132.
They'll run up how far after you take them off?
They'll run up a few degrees. I never have really checked them, but they'll run up a little bit. But I think they'll be okay. They'll still be like we wanted them. What we'll do now is just wrap them and hold them for a little while, and then we're getting it good.
And you're on.
Okay. Here our pork tenderloin. Just put a little green salad, tomato. We have some potato salad with it. Really, the tenderloin turned out beautiful. Tastes tremendous, folks. I just can't tell you how good that really is. Just get you one and try this dish. You'll have to love it.
Go.
Okay, we're going to season up our chicken wings now for hot wings. And what we've got here, we've got the drumettes and the wing deals already cut apart. You can buy them in the grocery store like this. And we just find it saves a little bit of time. But what I'm going to do is just season them in this bowl. And then we're going to put them in the pan, a couple sticks of butter. We'll split them evenly between these two pans. We're going to put them on the pit, and we'll take tongs, and that little bit we'll just roll them around in there to keep fresh ones coming up to the top, getting a little color, a little smoke. And then, when they reach a certain point, getting close to being done, we will have the wing sauce where we can just dip them in it with a set of tongs and put them back on the grill. And we will do that 2 times. Second time we dip them, we'll put them back on the grill. We'll cook them, dry them out, as dry as they're going to get, and that will be the finished product. So here we go with seasoning, and this is kind of surprising. We use one seasoning. It's a jalapeno salt. A lot of people might be afraid of it, but you shouldn't be. It's not that hot. You get most of your flavors off of the grill, smoke, and the hot wing sauce. This just adds a little bite to it. But it's not hot, you can't eat it, or it's not uncomfortable, unless you use too much of it, which we try not to do. So here we go. We're going to season them up, throw them in the pan, and I could probably cook these cutting boards. I put enough seasoning on them sometime when I'm doing this. They'd probably be flavored up pretty good. It don't take a whole lot of that, but you need to get it where they. Okay, now we'll put about half of them. We're not going to count them or nothing. Then as we keep turning these with tongs, and what we like to have, they're going to be cooking in butter. But what we like to do is have them where we can, it needed to be in there. And that's what they just look like in the pan. We put them in the pan. We put 2 sticks of butter in each pan. Let it melt, which we will monitor them and take a pair of tongs, turn them as they're cooking, and they'll come out very good. Hot wings, I guess, are here to stay. I thought it might have been a craze for a while, but there's a lot of cook-offs. There's a cook-off up in Lubbock, and you have to cook hot wings. So, you know, if you want to be alive in the barbecue world of some of the cook-offs, you got to do hot wings. At least learn how to do them and hope for the best. But all we're going to do is set those in the pan. We'll set them right on the grill, let the butter melt, let the smoke get to them, and occasionally turn them until we think they're done enough. And okay, this is chicken wings we just prepped inside. We brought them out. We're going to put them on this smoker right here. And we've got the smoke, the fire and everything, and we want the smoke just to come up. It'll circulate around over them. We'll occasionally toss them, and that'll be it. What we're going to do here is stir our chicken wings. Try to get the ones you can actually see here where they've been sticking up in the smoke. They got a nice color, got a smoke. So what we're going to do is turn them over, just stir them around, because we want to get more of it looking like that. It won't all look like that, but it'll look a lot more than what it is without stirring them around. Okay, that'll be good for another little while. Plenty of smoke, we're doing good. Looking good. What we're going to do here now, we're ready to take our hot wings off. They've got enough color. And what we're going to do is just set them on the table here, because we're going to use the hot wing sauce over here. We'll have to set them back, but we'll get them out of these pans. And they've got a little color on them. Okay. Now what we're going to do is take this hot wing sauce. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way for a minute. Okay, all we're going to do with these wings, maybe, is put them in the hot wing sauce. We'll do 3 or 4 at a time, and we'll move them around until they get good and covered in the sauce, which then we're going to put them back here. And these will go back to the grill. I don't know what the, I guess flies like the way a barbecue smells or something. They're coming. Is there a big difference if you do this once or twice?
We do tend to do it twice. And
Okay.
it just seems like it look better and more flavor.
Okay, that's what we're looking for. Don't take long. It's hard to get them covered good. Yeah, there was some of them that tried to brush it on one time too. That don't work. So,
And then the smaller tongues don't damage the meat like the bigger ones do.
it's the only seasoning on these with the jalapeno salt. The rest of the flavor comes from the smoke off the grill and the hot wing sauce. So something was falling down over there. Here we go, yeah. And tongs are a little difficult to get a hold of. Now if you'll bring them over here, I will put them back on the grill. And we'll let them gentlemen cook for a little bit now, so the sauce gets set, they look dry, and then we'll do that again. We're hot. Okay, we think our hot wings are done here. We've checked them a couple times. Looking like we're gonna just go ahead and take them up here. They're pretty dry. They're a little damp, but we'll see how many people really like them. They're probably hot. But they're that one. There we go. I can. Okay. There they are. We'll just plate. Maybe the pepper poppers, our hot wings. We just have a little decorative things in here that you can eat. It's also if somebody doesn't like the peppers, hot wings, you have some grilled pineapple and you just have some grilled asparagus. And that will make a good appetizer tray.
Good.
All right, the next,
It's already free for go.
yeah, the next one we're going to do will be the tri-tip. This is a tri-tip. Sometimes they're a little hard to find in the area. One place that I've nearly always been able to find them at is Sam's. So, you know, if you're having trouble finding them, check your Sam's store. A lot of times they have them.
Or they
Now,
can get them.
or they'll get them for you. This is a Chicardi meat tenderizer. You can see when you push it down. A lot of you will be familiar with them, a lot of you won't. But when you do that, see all those blades go down in that thing. And what we do this till you either give out and can't do it anymore, or you're pretty sure you've got enough, or you always need to do it just a little more. You think, and this won't even show up when we cook it. This is now if you don't have one of these, you don't have to go get one. You can use a knife. Get a small knife, takes a while, just punch it with a knife. And you'll be in good shape doing that. This is just a little quicker. And the best way to do these, and it may depend on the seasoning that you use, like I don't necessarily tell everybody what seasoning they ought to use. Don't know the taste they like. So the best thing to do is you find your own seasoning, use the ones you like. You're cooking this for yourself, your family, your friends. And what you need to do is cook the taste you like. So look around and find some spices that you like to do. Typical ones we use actually work better if they're marinated overnight. So just what we're going to do, season this up, let it set. A little bit more of the, as y'all can tell, this is a seasoning we use a lot of, steak seasoning here. It's very good. And what we've got, this is a beautiful piece of meat. It just, when you see it's plated up, oh, you're going to love it. And like I said before, we're cooking you our favorite recipes, the stuff that we love to eat. And we're out here in West Texas, Midland, Big Spring area. And this is one of the fairs that everybody loves. That is the seasoning we put on it. And what we've got, we're just going to lay this one here, and we will put it in the fridge because we like to leave them overnight. So here's one we done last night to where it could set, and it's the one we're going to cook today. And we'll throw this one in the freezer. Have a great meal some at a later day. So we're ready to put this in the pan.
You got plenty of growing heat.
Okay, we want it over the fire, right?
Yeah, not too close enough to brown.
Talk about what it is.
Okay, now we're going to put on the tri-tip. Santa Monica tri-tip. My brother-in-law out in California taught me how to cook these things, and they are delicious. This would be one that you want to. Okay. Now we're going to put something else on with this. We'll have to watch them. Yeah. We'll probably even do some of this with it just to, but we won't leave it very long. We'll put it over the fire. We'll get it sizzling. And we'll move them around. Same with this, we'll move it on the fire and then move it off the fire. It's already, you can see. And when they get brown, we want them to brown up, have a nice light crust on them, and then it's all done by temperature. Except for the tri-tip. We don't do it by temperature. We have our own little way of knowing when it's done, and I'll explain that to you when we get close to being done. I'll show you what to look for, because I think you'll find it easier. We don't do this one by temperature, but we do this one by temperature. So, okay, now we're just going to let them cook for a little bit. Okay, we're going to check our tri-tip here. It's looking a little... What we do, we don't even use a thermometer on these things. We turn them, and you'll find where the juice is coming out of them, and then we'll push on it. All right, what do you think, Mark? Look here. I like to get good taste. I got glasses on.
She needs to go, she's done.
That's what we look for is that juice coming out. And just as soon as the big part of the red's gone out of the juice, we pull the thing off the fire and let it set. And there's still a little bit of red right here, so it should be a good what temperature was it?
145.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we'll pull it. We'll get these.
yeah, let's put the oil in that.
But that's the way we check them for the people. You know, if you don't have a thermometer, you can push on it. You'll see the juice coming out, and you see a little, very little red left in that juice, but there's a little. So you got a good medium. Should be a good medium rare tri-tip. And that's what my brother-in-law in California taught me how to cook tri-tip. Okay. Here's the tri-tip plated up. The lady's done a wonderful job. It looks good to me. And of course I had a little bite while I sliced it, and I can tell you now it's wonderful. So we have some grilled pineapple, we have some roasted bell peppers, some asparagus, and that tri-tip is out of this world. We're doing good today. We cooked it perfect. So we're real proud of that plate. Now we're going to do a prime rib. There's a lot of people that's scared to put a beautiful piece of meat like that on a little backyard grill. We always want to cook the prime rib. You can get them boneless or you can get them bone-in. But to us, the bone adds flavor to just about anything that you cook. The flavor is very good on these, and I always want to cook it with the bone. And then there is people that'll have the butcher cut the bones off, tie string back around it, and I don't know if the effect's the same or not, but it's pretty good that way. But this, all we're going to do is season it and put it on the smoker in a little while. So we'll get that done. Actually, the seasoning we're putting on this is the same as we put on the beef ribs. It's all beef, all in our part of the country, everybody uses this double garlic pepper. Is just a fantastic seasoning for the things that we do. What we're cooking today is basically some of our favorite recipes that we cook at home when we just want to eat a good meal. And what we're hoping for is the people that are afraid to cook something like this on their backyard kettle or something will learn how.
Seasoning the sides.
Sir?
Why are you seasoning the sides?
The size?
You're seasoning all sides of the meat,
Yeah,
not just the front and the back,
right.
top and the bottom.
Yeah, we season it all the way around, because it's just hard to get seasoned if you don't. You need it basically all the way around. You want it sticking pretty good, because that's a big old thick piece of meat. And what we wanted to do is come out with a crust on it, you know, not a heavy crust, but a good colored crust. And then when you cut into it, it'll be medium rare to rare with no blood. That's what if it comes out like we think it's going to, that's the way it'll be. This is just a steak seasoning, but it adds a beautiful flavor. But you can find, probably in every part of the country, if you know, you go to your meat purveyor, they probably got spices, and you can try some of them until you find one that you like. You know, what I like might not be your favorite flavor or taste with the garlic and the pepper and stuff. But that's the way we're going to cook the little jewel, right there, and we'll set them on the grill. We'll go out in a minute, we'll put about 4 of these on, the ones that's going to take longer. Ooh. Okay, we've got a tri-tip here, along with a little prime rib. And what we've done is roll them over the direct heat. And what we're going to do now is move them out of the heat, and move them off to the side here. And what they'll do then is just sit, cook for a while. But we don't want any more direct heat on them. Now we'll just let them cook, come out, we'll check the temperature on the prime rib, and we'll show you how we do that one. And we'll come back.
Okay, ready for the wood?
Yep. Keep getting it. Ooh, yeah, yeah, it's in the 140s now. We better get that off. Yeah, don't take it long.
Okay, you want tongs or gloves?
I'll get the gloves.
Okay.
Just lay it up there. It's still good. Hadn't been hot water.
And we gotta stir the wings.
Okay. We'll wrap that up.
There's none left.
Well, here's the final one. It looks beautiful. Being lamb slicing, I've got a taste already. I think it's wonderful. Have a little salad, a little pineapple rings, and a great prime rib. Don't be afraid to cook anything that you want to cook on any kind of backyard cooker that you might have. If you get used to your cooker, you have heat, you have a little bit of smoke, you can cook any one of these meals we have. We've got 3 or 4 different backyard cookers out there. We pick part of this on every one of them, and any of them will do the job. It's just a matter of getting used to it and cooking it like you want it with the seasonings you like. So we hope you really enjoyed this. Until next time, that's it.
Let's finish it with who you are.
I'm Jerry King, Midland, Texas. Good enough. No, I haven't tasted it, but I might want to. No, I don't want any now. You're not gonna eat it?
I have one.
Oh. Pretty good. That's the end pieces.
No. You need to mix up some sauce and we got some wings.
Yeah.